girls, degenerates of all ages. BP311 proudly brings to you the greatest weekday sports pick show in the world. We've got Major League Baseball, we've got NCAA football, and we've got more. Welcome in BP311 Weekday Sports Picks, Thursday, September 1st, 2022. Look, last month wasn't great. It wasn't awful. It was just somewhere in the middle. We'll live with it. We'll move on, turn the page, new chapter, different book. NCAA football officially starts week 1 tonight. A lot going on there. We're still rolling with baseball. Let's go back to Tuesday. Let's do the recap from Tuesday's show. I gave you the Cards -1.5 against the Reds. They are the better team. They didn't get it done. They lost 5-1. I gave you the idea parlay and a couple other variations of that. I told you the White Sox were the ones we were worried about. They're the ones that got the L 9-7 to the Royals, while the Rays did win against the Marlins 72, and the Astros beat the Rangers 4-2. So no idea parlay win. Bummer. 0-1 for Tuesday officially on the picks, moving us to 5-2 on season 2. We move on. We move forward. It's a new month. We turn the page, different chapter, same book, right? Okay, so tonight I got 2 picks for you in Major League Baseball. We're going to recap the college football plays that I gave you for week 1 on This Week in Sports Betting, season 1, episode 1. But go back and check out all that insight, because I'm going to roll and rifle through these today. It was myself, BP311, TJ Saltog, and Tanner Kern. All the breakdowns are there. Go back and check that out on top of this, because there's just so much more good information there. And those guys had some great picks as well. Let's get to baseball first. I'm taking 2 underdog money lines tonight. I'm just going to take them straight. If you want to parlay them together, that's up to you. I see them as value. The Rangers are plus 142 on the money line when I took them early this morning against the Red Sox. They play tonight at 7:10 on MLB Network. They're currently plus 145 over at MGM. The lines move a little bit throughout the day, guys. Sometimes I take the picks the night before, do the video in the morning, take the picks early in the morning, do the video later. 3:23 p.m. on the East Coast right now as I do this live, getting it out, kind of in a hurry on my way back out the doors. I just got home. So if you want them earlier and often, check the tracker apps. Go to Pickit, Pikkit. Download the Pickit app. Put in code BANKROLL4880. You can get entered to a raffle to win either $3 or $100. And you can see all my picks as I put them in on all my legit sports books. You can also check out Better Off. My name is BP311 on both of those tracker apps. On Better Off, you can manually enter your picks. On Pickit, it's synced to your sports books. There you go. The other pick I like tonight is the Diamondbacks. They are at home. They're a plus 118 on the money line against the Milwaukee Brewers. 940 as the game on MLB Network. You can still get it at plus 118 over at Bet Rivers right now. Let's dive. Man, I can't talk today. Let's deep dive a little bit into these plays. Pitching matchups, Texas at Boston tonight. Texas has Otto going, 4.79 ERA, 6-8 record against Hill. For the Red Sox, 4.32 ERA, 6-5 record. I just think that there's value in Texas here. Boston's not playing good ball. They haven't played good ball all season. Neither is Texas. But the records, they're 5 games out from each other. Boston's a slight lead. Boston at home. Texas has been bringing the bats lately. I like the value of plus 142 or plus 145 for that matter. Diamondbacks, Brewers, let's talk about that one a little bit here. You got Woodruff going for the Brewers, 3.31 ERA, and a 9-3 start against Kelly for Arizona with a 2.97 ERA and 11-5 start. So the pitching matchup actually favors Arizona. We know that the Brewers can sometimes bring the bats, but it's very inconsistent. And Arizona's at home. So I like the value there on plus 118. Like I said, Rangers plus 145 right now at MGM, a little bit better than the number I got it at. D-backs plus 118 right now over at Bet Rivers. Football. I'm going to add one play to the slate that I already gave you on This Week in Sports Betting, and I already added a play on Tuesday. So let's go over all of them real quick. I'm going to rifle these through. If you want more insight, go back to This Week in Sports Betting, Season 1, Episode 1, right here on my YouTube channel, BP311. That one was with TJ Saltog and Tanner Kern. I'm adding Purdue tonight. I think the wrong team is favored. Purdue's plus 145 on the money line. You can get that right now. Right now, you can get it plus 145 over at MGM. So I see value in that line. Purdue's at home. They got the better coach, in my opinion. And I think Penn State's overvalued here just a little bit. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be close. I wouldn't mess with spreads here. I like the money line. I like the value on Purdue. The game that I added on the Tuesday show was Florida State plus 135 versus LSU Sunday night, 7:30 ABC. Of course, Purdue, Penn State's tonight, 8 o'clock on Fox. I like FSU plus 135 on the money line there. Going back to the picks that I gave you back on the 19th, This Week in Sports Betting, Season 2, Episode 1, New Mexico State Aggies, plus 37.5 against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I mean, I can't not take this big of a spread. That's basically what it boils down to. I know the New Mexico State's not good. I know that Minnesota's respectable. Minnesota's not good to cover 36.5 against anybody. I don't care how good or how bad they are. Looks like it's 36.5 right now. I'd still take that. That's over at MGM. Game's on tonight, 9 o'clock on Big Ten Network. All right. Moving forward, we go to Friday. Indiana Hoosiers -5 against the Fighting Illini. So, look, I took this one a long time ago, and the numbers moved. And now we're looking at 3.5 for Indiana, who hasn't played yet, who didn't look great last year, and against an Illinois team in which in week 1 they looked better than anybody expected them to, and they gave me my first loss in college football, my first official pick of the season, when they rolled Wyoming by way more than 10.5 points. Actually, and now I'm seeing the line at plus 1.5 for Illinois, -1.5 Indiana. So the numbers keep dropping. The public money's coming in on Illinois here, kind of like it is on the Texas Rangers today, to be honest with you. It's up to you how you want to take this. I still think Indiana's probably going to be the better program this season, especially in this game, especially at a situation where they're at home. Tonight, it's on tomorrow night, Friday night, 8 o'clock, Fox Sports 1. All right. Moving down the card, Saturday, noon, big noon kickoff on ABC. Michigan Wolverines -27.5 against the Colorado State Rams. So I'm a Michigan guy. I told you from Jump Street on This Week in Sports Betting, this is somewhat of a homer pick. But at the same time, I feel like we can cover 27.5 points. Now it's moved out to 30 at BetRivers, 30.5 at most places. Err on the side of caution. If you're going to take this now and you haven't taken it already, I would tease it back down to 27.5. I like that number, or even 26.5, even better. I think they can win by 4 touchdowns, 28 points. So 27.5, I like. Anything less, I like. 30, I wouldn't mess with 30. All right, Oregon Ducks, Georgia Bulldogs. Oregon plus 17.5 was my play. That is my play. I'm just scrolling right now to see what I find as far as if the number has adjusted at all, and I don't believe that it has. I do keep my eyes on the prize, my finger on the pulse here. I still see 17.5 at most places. You can get 17, which you would only do if you liked Georgia, -17 at PointsBet, plus 17 multiple places, but at MGM it's still 17.5, and I like the Ducks to cover 17.5 points here against the Bulldogs. I think that Georgia's lost some key pieces. They're still going to be dominant, but they're not going to be this dominant against the best team in the Pac-12, my opinion, and that's where I'm going with. This game is on Saturday at 3:30. It is in Georgia, and it's on ABC right after the Michigan-Colorado State game. Moving down the card here, I've got 2 left, and this is my favorite play, and a lot of people don't like it. So take it for what you will. Take it with a grain of salt. I love the Florida Gators at home in the Swamp in the season opener. You know, getting points and getting a plus money line against Utah. Everybody's all hyped up about Utah. I'm not sure how good Utah really is. This one's on Saturday, 7 p.m., ESPN. I've got the Gators plus 120 on the money line at home. I think it's my favorite pick of the weekend. Doesn't mean it's going to hit, but if I had to put the most money on one play, if I had to put all my money that I have out this weekend on one play, I'd live or die by the sword on this particular pick. I just would. I don't know what else to say. In the Swamp, the number is 3 at most places right now as I'm staring at it. Some places 2.5. Obviously, if you're on Florida and you want to take points, you want to take 3. Don't take it at BetRivers or Caesars. Most places still have it at 3. It was at one point, I believe, 3.5. If you're on the Utah side of things, -2.5 at Caesars is your best number. You can also get that at BetRivers. I like Florida. It's 125. Best line right now in the money line over at DraftKings. Anybody wants to throw anything in the chat before I have to get out of here, go right ahead. I'll answer any questions. I appreciate the 2 people who are watching for doing so. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel, trying to grow the page, trying to grow everybody's pocketbook in the process. I've got 1 pick left to give out, and you've got Notre Dame and Ohio State, Fighting Irish and the Buckeyes. When I took this thing, for one thing, it's on Saturday night, 7:30 ABC. Okay, so it's after the Florida-Utah game, way after the Michigan-Colorado State game. I took Notre Dame plus 14.5. You're going to give me 2+ touchdowns? I'm taking the Irish. I don't think that the Buckeyes are as dominant or have been as dominant in the last year or so than they were prior to that. That's just my personal opinion. Of course, take it with a grain of salt. I'm a Michigan Wolverines fan, so Tennessee Titans fans, well, we'll get to that later. It's not NFL weekend. It's NCAA football week 1. Notre Dame's out to, like, I think 17.5 points at this point. I would take the points with the Irish here without question for me. That's absolutely the play here. Ohio State, a lot of people are saying they're going to come out and really dominate and show them what they got kind of deal. I just don't believe that. I think Notre Dame's going to keep this thing respectable. I hope that my 14.5 at this point is enough because the line's moving in the other direction, reverse line movement. You kind of worry about that, but it opened at 14.5 and I jumped on it. Plus 14.5, Fighting Irish right now, 17.5 at Bet Rivers. You can get it at 17 if you're on the Notre Dame side and you want to take the points. I'd take plus 17.5. I'd take it at Bet Rivers. If you're on the Ohio State side, you think they can cover this many points, you might want to take it at 17. You can get that at MGM, PointsBet, or Caesars. With that being said, Pringle's here. Thanks, Pringle, for joining. I appreciate you shouting me out, and I do believe that all these numbers and lines that I can stare at on Action Network and throw out to you people live as I do this show is great info and is helpful to anybody who watches the show either live or a little bit later. If you wait too long, some of the games might have already taken place. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna break this down. I rifle through this one more time just to give you my picks at where I took them. Although I did go through and tell you what the lines are now. You could have got these when I gave them out this week in sports betting, August 19th. TJ Saltdog, Tanner Kern, BP311. We did it. Go back and check it out. There's way more insight on that show than I'm going to be able to give out here. I got to jump off here in a couple minutes. Let me just recap and write off the plays for the weekend. We got a lot of stuff going on this weekend. And if you want to see any of my extra plays, download the Pickett app. Use code Bankroll4880. Get entered to a raffle to win either $3 or $100. Go on Better Off. My name on both tracker apps is BP311. You can see all my extra plays, all my parlays, all my teasers, all my extra stuff is going to be on Pickett. The big main money plays I will enter manually on Better Off. Also, I'm running a promotion right now with PointsBet. Use code BP311 or click the link below. I will drop it in there after the fact. You can get a 100% deposit bonus up to $2,000 or a 50% deposit bonus up to $20,000 plus $500 risk-free bets if you sign up for PointsBet today using code BP311 or using that link below if you're watching after the fact. Pack22 is doing a $500 deposit bonus. If you want that information, you can DM me. You can leave a comment. I can tell you how to get in a hold of me. And then from there, I can get you a hold of the right people to go ahead and go forward with that one. So let's just recap the picks. So tonight I've got the Rangers plus 145 on the money line. At the Red Sox, 7 o'clock, MLB net. You can grab that line at MGM. Second game in MLB tonight in the Diamond D-backs plus 118. Grab that at Bet Rivers. They're taking on the Brewers at home, 9:40, also on MLB Network this weekend. Try to get this in order if I can for you, right? Purdue money line plus 145 against Penn State. 8 o'clock, Fox. New Mexico State Aggies plus 37.5. 9 o'clock, Big Ten Network against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. I think that's it for today. Moving on to Friday, Indiana. Take it with a grain of salt. I took a -5. They're -1.5 now. If you like them to win, it's a better number. They're playing Illinois, 8 p.m. FS1 Friday night. Michigan Wolverine kick off the Saturday slate and schedule at noon on ABC. -27.5 against the Colorado Rams. It's out to 30.5 or 30 some places. Tease it back down or don't take it at all or go crazy and take the Rams, I guess. Oregon Ducks plus 17.5 against the Georgia Bulldogs Saturday at 3:30 on ABC. Love Oregon to cover here. My biggest play of the weekend, my best play of the weekend, Florida Gators plus 120 on the money line versus the Utah Utes. You can still get that line pretty close to that, 120, 125. Grab it over at DraftKings. Games on Saturday, 7 o'clock, ESPN. Nope. Two more. Notre Dame plus 14.5 against the Ohio State Buckeyes, game 7:30 Saturday, ABC, and it's now out at 17.5 points. I would take the points all day. with the Fighting Irish. Finally, Florida State money line plus 135 against LSU. Sunday night 7:30 games also on ABC. So 3 plays out for Thursday, 1 for Friday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays for Saturday. 6 plays for Saturday, my bad. 5 plays for Saturday, 1 play for Sunday. So we're going to recap all of this on the next edition of BP311's Weekday Sports Picks on Tuesday, September 6th, 2022. We're going to recap 2 MLB plays for Thursday, 1 NCAA for Thursday, 1 for Friday, 5 NCAA football plays for Saturday, 1 for Sunday, 10 bets I've given you today. Some of them I gave you previous. Sometimes the numbers have changed, but I'll tell you where they're at right now. And we're going to go over all 10 of those plays. And if you give you at least 1 or 2 more, Tuesday, September 6th, BP311's Weekday Sports Picks. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Have a great Labor Day weekend. Enjoy college football week 1 and the MLB Diamond Slate. Make all the money you can. I love you. Keep it profitable.